Britney Spears may be settling with her father. That's pretty shocking right now. However, this does not mean the relationship is repaired. When we talk settling, we mean that the legal dispute between Britney and her dad and Britney and her business manager, which is called TriStar Sports and Entertainment, that there are active negotiations going on right now to settle this thing. And Charles, what is interesting about this is the amount that has been floated to me is so much less than I thought it was going to be. $7 million, which actually went nowhere, and that may be the highest it could go. But I thought this was going to be a much bigger thing than that.
Much bigger thing, especially the way that Matt Rosengart made it sound when he was saying we're going after him, and how much the allegations of financial misconduct. I thought it was much more than that. So why the low ball?
So we can tell you what's going on here. So what happened was initially, and this was months and months ago, the lawyers for, this is what we know, the lawyers for Jamie Spears, Britney's dad, and TriStar went to Matt Rosengart, Britney's lawyer, and they said, are you interested in settling this thing rather than making this a big legal, lawsuit? And Rosengart said, no, that's what we're told. And then months later, and we're talking like the last month, apparently Matt Rosengart had a change of heart.
Yeah, we're being told that in the past month, or really it was 4 weeks ago, that Matt Rosengart offered $7 million, and that number was quickly rejected by Jamie and TriStar's side, because what we're being told is that number they saw as being way too high, and Rosengart wasn't able to really explain why that number was justified. And since then, he's apparently been on the phone looking to strike a deal with these guys. We're being told that a deal, or that Rosengart was on the phones as early as this week, as recent as this week, I should say. And it's just going to be interesting to see how much Jamie and TriStar are willing to pay and how much Britney is willing to accept.
Now, what's really interesting about this is, and I was thinking about this morning. We broke the story early in the morning, but I think what's going on here is this. The problem Britney and Matt Rosengart have is that just about everything that they're alleging here was approved by a judge in the conservatorship. So what Jamie and TriStar,
Jamie has the great defense saying, look, it all went to the judge and the judge approved it.
And so
so this is a case of let's get something, because they run the risk, if they went to trial, that they get nothing.
They get nothing. And then Jamie and TriStar have the risk that they get a lot. And so, but here, to me, there are two areas where there are problems for Jamie and TriStar. For Jamie, in the middle of Britney's tours, she made a lot of money. Jamie went back to court and said, hey, I feel like I should get a percentage. And they gave him 1.5% of what Britney was making. I think that's wrong. Even though the judge approved it. It's going to be
hard to justify it, and to a jury, that might seem
it's just
untoward, because like you said,
it's a conflict of interest.
Exactly.
The conservator should not be getting a cut of the conservatee's profits.
You can have a salary.
You can have, which
he had, but when you start taking a cut.
And I want to say just one thing, and I know this is unpopular for people on social media. I think Jamie Spears saved her life at the beginning of this conservatorship. I think it went on too long, and there were problems.
But when it started,
he saved her life. That said, I think there's a problem there. The problem with TriStar is that they were getting 5% of everything Britney made. That's actually very common for a business manager to get 5%. The problem that I think TriStar has, and Jamie, is that when Britney stopped performing and wasn't really making any money, TriStar went back to Jamie and said, oh, you know what, we're not making any money anymore, even though they made a fortune with that 5%. And they said, at least give us a minimum of $500,000. And Jamie said, okay. I mean, if you're getting a percentage when things are good, you got to accept when it's bad.
But like you said, yeah, Jamie said okay, but the judge, also said okay.
But I think this is where there's a weakness where they might settle. But it seems like this is going to be even less, maybe significantly less than $7 million. So there was a lot of hoopla going around.
The bigger point here, I think, to Britney's fans, that's all the financial part of it. This in no way means that she and Jamie are patching things up,
At
right?
all, at
this
all.
is
Well, Jamie wants to.
Jamie certainly wants to.
She's very
She is
angry
made.
at him, and she wants him in jail.
Right.
And that's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen, but you can get some of the money back that you feel you're owed.
The only thing I would
Lieutenant
say
from Brit-
is when the Eagles broke up, they said, in no way in hell are we ever going to get back together. And what was the name of that tour that they actually did?
When Hell Freezes Over.
There you go.
Hi, my name is Asia Mian, and I think personally that Britney Spears should be left alone. I think that Britney has suffered enough. I do not think, however, that her father should get any proceeds. I mean, we all can agree that Britney has suffered enough. I think that's just my personal opinion.
Well,
I love Britney.
he will not get any
Yeah, he's not
money.
gonna get anything
He
more.
won't get any money
But
out
her
of the
claim is that
settlement.
he
She
had
may
too
get
much.
something back.
Right. Her issue is that he got too much already.
Right.
Right.
But it seems like the too much has shrunk.
A lot.